Hello and welcome to Danny Boy Golf. I am here at Mullion Golf Course on the south coast of Cornwall. Today it's a bit windy, but nothing too bad. I got one of these course management cards, which if you're here for the first time, very handy to use. The course was originally founded in 1895. It's a 18-hole par 70 and it's 6,053 yards long off the whites, which I'm going to be playing today. This first hole that I'm playing is the trickiest of the 4 par 3s on the front 9. It's 192 yards from the back. It's slightly into a headwind, slightly left to right headwind. If you go past the green, you're going to be left with a very tricky chip shot in. So the best miss is short and right. You don't want to get into any of these 3 bunkers on the left or on the right of the green. So short and right if you want to miss it, or try and just get it on the green. And without further ado, this is all clear, so I'm going to tee off. Let's see what I can shoot today. Alright, so with this headwind, I'm going to take my 5 wood. I'm not going to smack it hard, I'm just going to try and guide it down there. Let the wind take it from slightly left to right. Get it down there, or as I said, just short right would be just as good. That's straight at it. Wind's not moved it much at all. Just a slight kick to the left. That should be on the green, hopefully. Let's go down and see what we can do. My ball has finished nicely on the middle of the green, more towards the back of the green. Giving myself a nice early opportunity for a birdie. This putt's going to go slightly downhill to start and then steep uphill, and it looks like it's going to break from right to left. So I'm just going to start it on the right hand edge of the hole and let it come back in. Just missed the birdie putt. Gave a good run though. Gave myself about a 3-foot putt for a par. And there we have it. There's my par. Hole 2 is a par 4, stroke index 3. It's 407 yards off the whites. It's a blind tee shot straight over the middle post in front of us. It's a relatively straight hole, and the green is next to the 17th green with 50. It says that if you do make it over the bridge, everything will roll down towards the green. Let's have a good peek. Too bad. Shot 2. I've found it in the rough on the right hand side of the fairway, just over the mounds. Got a blind second shot, about 180 yards in from here. Just going to take it over this mound to the right of the bunker, and that should be rolling down onto the green. Right. Should be straight down near the green mat. Can't see it until we get down there, so let's have a look. There we have it. Hole 3 is a long par 4 off the yellows and whites. It's 410 yards from the white. It's relatively straightforward. Just want to avoid a load of bunkers down near the green. There's no real trouble on this fairway. So headwind, quite a strong headwind for us today, will make it fly shorter, giving you a longer second shot in, but we should be alright with that. Not the best strike, but it's down the right hand side. Gonna give myself a decent shot in from there. Alright, second shot into this par 4. Left myself about 200 yards in. Wind is strong into us though. I've got a nice lie in this rough on the right hand side of the fairway, and I've got a really good line in. So I'm going to hit a 5 wood. See if I can knock it on the green, or at least get close to be able to chip it down. That's coming in nicely. That's just off the front of the green. Okay. So I come up quite short with this green actually. Looked a lot closer than this. Up there. I've got a nice steady chip in here. Pin's right at the back of the green. So I want to land this on the front of the green and just roll it right back, give myself a chance of a par putt. And that's not too far away. Right, par. I've just missed the par putt, but I've got a tap in for a bogey. It's a shame. We are right down on the cliff tops now. Beautiful scenery. And just down there is Poldo Cove. Real nice, like, secluded beach down there. With a hotel up on the cliff top. Hole 4 is a par 5, 485 yards. Straight back up the hill. And bends very slightly round to the right when you get up to the very top. It's now with the wind. So a great tee shot required. Try and drive it up the left hand side of the fairway to avoid any the bunker on the right if you're a big hitter. But if you're not a big hitter, straight out the middle of the fairway. Give yourself a chance to get up there for 2 and then onto the green for 3 if you're not that big a hitter. Me, I'm gonna go for it. Let's see if I can get it up the left hand side. See how close I can get. That's a great strike. It's up the left hand side. Could give myself a good line in from there. Right, I found my shot, my tee shot up this left hand side of the fairway. Hit an absolute monster tee shot with this wind blowing with us. I've got about 180 to 190 yards left in. I'm going to take a 7 iron, land it, try and land it just to the left of the flag, because there's a load of humps in front of the green. I can see a couple of bunkers left and right, so I just want to play it to where I can see, get it on the left hand side of the green, let it roll down with the slope. This wind should help me carry it further. It's a great strike, I've gone straight at it. That's come straight at the flag. Let's see if I can see it on the green when we get up there. I found one of these 5 bunkers down right hand side. Right in front of the green. Sounds a bit tough because of the rain this morning. Just gonna try and get my 58, open it up. I'll punch it out. Yeah, great. Up for a birdie. Always make sure you make bunkers after you. After that first shot out of the bunker, I landed on the top of the green and it's rolled back down the slope, giving myself a decent chance. Pins right at the very front of the green today, so I'm just going to give it a nice roll, try and get a birdie, hopefully walk out with a par at the worst. Didn't quite hit it hard enough, but it's a tough in for a par. And we'll move on to the 5th. The views are beautiful around here. Hole 5 is a par 4, 358 yards. It says an accurate tee shot over the mark is essential. The approach requires a high flighted shot over the ridge to the green. A low approach will cause the ball to run off the back of the long green. So just about make out the flag. Wind is helping slightly, but left to right. Let's hit a good tee shot. See what I can do. Good shot, just slightly left the fairway. Gonna leave myself a long second shot in. Not real ideal, but we'll make it work. Alright, second shot into this par 4. I've left myself just over 150 yards. As you can see, I've got a bunker right in front of me. There's a bunker down on the left, just short of the ridge, which they said if you can hit it high over that ridge and land it on the green, great. It's quite a long green, so you should have room to stop it. If not, you can play it into the bank, roll it over a ridge. Just depends on how good. Well, I'm going for it, so I'm going to take a 9, go for it. He's striking the ball really well last few days. Just pulled it slightly right. That should be on the green or near enough. Alright, so I found my balls on the back of the green. Come nicely down that banking. If you were to go right of the bank when you come through the buggy cut path, be aware there is a water hazard right there, so don't want to drive into it. Need to be nice and slow. I've got about a 45-foot putt for a birdie. Just going to try and get close as I can, try and tap it in for a par. That's a good way. Just missed to the right of the flag, but that's not bad. That's left myself with a nice 3-foot putt. 4-foot putt for a par. Can't go left to right, so I'm going left to the There you go, got the putt. Let's get on to the next. So the 6th hole here is 311 yards from the whites. It shares the tee box with the second. It's downhill all the way, and ideally you want to play it to the left hand side of the fairway, let it roll down and try and just drive it as far as you can. Things in the wind, just go stall up a bit. Oh, that's a great flight. I was rolling down nicely onto the fairway. Shot into this par 4. There's no real fairway until you get just down there, and that's a heck of a long drive to reach. I'm just going to play my 54 degree, chip it 3/4 of the way, just before the green, try and get it on the green close to the pin. That's rolled nicely, it's not too far away. Okay, I'm in the middle of the green and putting for birdie. Let's see if I can get this in. There don't look to be any major roll on this one. Quite a flat putt for once. Pulled it just slightly left, tap in for a par. Disappointing par. Should have had a birdie on that one. Let's move on. Hole 7 is a 432 yard par 4 off of the whites. They're doing a lot of work on this fairway at the moment, so they've actually brought the tees up to near the end of the fairway, near the bridge here. That's going to give us a very short par 4 around about 180, 190 yards. So it's playing like a par 3, so let's see if I can get this on the green and capitalise on the short par 4 today. Pulled it just to the left of the green. Not too bad, just left of the green. Second shot, I've just got 20 yards. I've just pulled it just short and left of the green. Got about 20 yards left. I'm just going to use my 58. Go to the right of the flag to avoid this bunk on the left. Just get it on the green. Give myself a good birdie putt. It's a good strike, just a little further right than what I wanted. I am getting better at these though. At least I got a birdie putt. Alright. Left myself a disappointing 25-foot putt for a birdie on this hole, considering tees forward, so more like a long par 3. Still better than this. Let's just roll this up, try and get it in, or at least get a par out of it. Putting well, great pace, just left of the flag. Tap in for a par. Disappointing because it's such a short par 4 today, but can't moan because a par's a par. Right, we're on to hole 8. 155 yard par 3. It's the second par 3 on this course. Quite an easy hole. There's no fairway whatsoever. It's all just rough, and if you go too far, you'll hit the bank at the back and roll back. So I'm just going to play a 9-iron off the floor, try and have a good strike on it, use the wind to my advantage. Let's get this on the green. There's a great strike, just down on the right hand side of the green. Got a bit distracted with my sunglasses falling off. Didn't realise I had them on. Right. Found my tee shot on the right hand side of the green. There's 4 bunkers guarding the very front of this green, so you really got to fly it onto the back of the green. There's a big slope here, rolls everything back down. It's going to be quite a quick putt. Let's see if I can roll it in. Oh, just missed it, but I got to tap in for a par. That's my par. Getting good putts today, and I'll show you this lovely valley cove, just part of Mullion. Yeah, as you can see, that's part of Mullion Cove, Mullion Cove. Let's move on to the 9th. Right, here we are, hole 9. Last one on the front 9. This is a par 5 for the men off of the yellows and the whites. It's only a par 4 for anyone playing off the forward tees. It's a long 443 yard uphill the course card says if you play up the right hand side, it'll give you a good second shot up anywhere between the 150 marker and the green to give you a nice third shot onto the green. Wind is going to be blowing slightly left to right when we get up there, so I'm just going to aim at the middle of the fairway, and if it flies slightly right, then that'll be good. Good drive required on this one. Up the right hand side. That's up there. It's coming around a little bit. It's just took a kick left off of the left hand side of the fairway, which isn't too bad. Going to be a long second shot though to get it in contention to get onto the green in 3. Second shot into this par 5. I've got about 200 to 250 yards left in. I'm going to take a 5-iron, just get it up into the middle of the green, middle of the fairway. Hopefully that'll give me a good third to get onto this green, because it's playing really long uphill. You need more club than what you initially think. That's a good strike. That should leave me about 50 to 70 yards left in. Third shot into this long par 5. I've got about 70 yards left in. Wind is with, and I'm just going to take my 54 degree and fly it onto the green. There's going to be plenty of room on the green, so I don't have to worry about that. You just don't want to come up short, otherwise you'll end up in one of those 3 bunkers that I can see. Come straight at it. That's just made it onto the front of the green, rolling to the back of the green. Right. I found my ball's at the back of the green. Slopes from left to right, downhill towards the flag. It's a lovely view from here. Real nice view over the valleys, over the cliffs. Is it going to come round? Didn't quite come round as much as I thought it would be. Left myself about 3 or 4 foot putt for par. And that's my par. And let's see what I've done. So, 1 over on this front 9. Brilliant round so far. Just one little mistake cost me, but hey, I'm not a professional. This is Mullion Golf Club. If you've enjoyed it, please check them out using the link in the description below. Please like, subscribe to my channel, and if you haven't already, hit the notification bell so you can see everything that I've done so far and in the future. I'll be back on the next video with the back 9, and I'll see you all on the next one.